Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your weekly intuitive reading. I hope that you are doing well. We are in quite the mix of energy, wrapping up some rather long and large cycles in our lives, as Saturn is getting ready to move into Pisces next week, as March is going to be quite the changing month of change. Pluto will be moving into Aquarius for a little bit. Mars will be coming out of its post-retrograde shadow. And we have a lot of other energies in the mix. We have a full moon in Virgo coming up on the 7th, the day that Saturn moves into Pisces. So as I'm reading this now, we have both Saturn and Pluto, both of the planets of karma and big cycles and change at the very last degree, the 29th degree of the signs that they have been in, which is the critical degree, the anorectic degree. So the intensity is at an all-time high for all of us. Sorry about the glare. I don't know how to fix these things on the situation, but let's get started into your reading, Capricorn. This is a message for Sun, Moon, or Rising in the sign of Capricorn. Please keep in mind these are general messages, so take what resonates for you. Check with your moon or rising sign if the message is not resonating for you. Or keep it in your back pocket, keep it in the back of your mind as I do read into the blind spots, our subconscious areas that we're not always able to see right away. But it is helpful to be aware. This is all about self-awareness. Sorry. It's all about self-awareness. So let's see what comes through for you, Capricorn. And as I'm reading this, it's interesting. My vision has been going in and out of focus for weeks now. But it had subsided for a bit until until I started doing this reading for you, Capricorn. So you may have had like some clear insight on things, parts of your journey. But then at the same token, you know, as the energy ebbs and flows, as the pendulum swings, you may also get pulled back into an old way of perceiving, an old way of seeing things. Things may not be so clear. What do we have for Capricorn? All right. First card out, Capricorn, is the card of regret. I know that I cannot change the past. You may be feeling or holding on to some regret or guilt about something. But take that as your wisdom, as part of your lesson. We can't take back, we can't change the past, but we can certainly learn from it and choose to course correct, to make the changes, to try again in a different way. Take what you are learning and embody that, integrate that as part of your wisdom. We have, exactly, discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. And the message I'm getting, Capricorn, is to discipline. We don't need to be prisoners of the mind, of the mental chatter. A lot of times we don't even realize that we are. But we can discipline, we can take the tools and the resources that we've learned along the journey and utilize them in our day-to-day. So when we do tend to get pulled back into old patterns, we recognize it right away and course correct right away. And don't get sucked into rabbit holes and just old patterns. And we have the card of loneliness. I know that I am never alone. At the bottom of the deck, we have humor, Capricorn. I love this card. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So overall, this is your soul's yearning, crying out to be able to be more lighthearted and to choose to focus on the lighter side of life, and also see the humor in things as well. It's you've gone through quite the period, and it could be a very long, 29.5-year cycle with Saturn, that you felt alone, even when you're not, when you have connections and people around you, but not fully connecting all the way. So you tend to be more on the surface of your connections with others, more superficial. And you may try to go deep, but there's a reason why other people or those connections aren't allowing you to fully go there, because you also have a guard or a wall or a block up. There are some regrets. The message here is to learn what you're learning and focus on integrating those lessons, that wisdom, embody this newfound wisdom. It's all about self-understanding, self-knowledge. I'm going to get a couple more cards before we go into the tarot. Listen to what your heart is saying. Listen to what your gut is saying. Your soul is really pulling you to choose to see the lighter side of life, especially whatever it is that you're going through at this moment. You let go of the regret, let go of the guilt. Authenticity. This is what you're regretting. Maybe you did have a connection that came into your life that was a lesson to you, teaching you how to be fully and truthfully your true authentic self. Parts of yourself that you do typically try to either keep hidden or keep at bay. This is patterns. This is from your childhood. Things that we learn to put to the side or repress or suppress aspects of ourselves because they were not accepted, or even maybe we were punished for being ourselves, being our authentic selves. And it was probably very triggering, these connections that were trying to show you this within yourself. Maybe that's what you regret, how you reacted and responded to these connections that Spirit brought to you to mirror and show you parts of yourselves that are important for you to get in touch with. Inner child parts, fragmented parts. Parts of your soul, if you want to look at it in a shamanic fashion. It's part of soul retrieval. And these could be connections that are actually of more of the lighter side of life, or brought that part of you out fully, where you are able to see the humor in things that that most people would not. Let's get into discipline for Capricorn, please. We have fairness. So what I'm getting with this card is when things get out of balance, when things are not fair and just in your mind, they tend to pull you back into a pattern, a childhood pattern, a pattern you've carried with you your whole life. And it's important to be aware of that so that you can use your discipline to understand where the mind goes, to understand, because the mind is also connected to the emotional body. So the mind and emotions connect. And I feel like you get pulled back into a version of yourself that you're aware of, yet you're not always aware that you're there, that you've reverted back until it's too late. So using that discipline to be aware instantly of when your mind goes somewhere else and your feelings, and you're feeling this old feeling that you used to carry with you all the time, to have yourself be heard, be seen, to make things fair and just. And it just doesn't work that way. It is internal. It's an inside job, I'm hearing. Yes. So use the tools that you are aware of. Discipline, so that you're not a slave to your mind. And even worse, unaware that you're being a slave to your mind. Tell me about loneliness, Capricorn, please. We have adventure. I feel like whatever you're regretting here with certain connections, they were linked to the humor, the lighter side of life also opened you back up to your sense of life being an adventure. Opening yourself up to exploring the adventures of life. And something happened with these connections. I feel like you've gone into a karmic pattern. Is very familiar. It's the old familiar ways. And so when that happens, a lot of times these other connections will sort of fall back or drop off, and leaving you feeling very lonely, leaving you feeling like you're all alone in this journey of life. And that adventure, even when you come to experience some really cool things in life, you want to share it with somebody, and nobody quite gets you like this connection or these connections that are not currently engaging with you in life right now. So you feel a bit lonely there. Could be friends, family, whoever it is for you. I'm getting it's a very specific connection. A divine connection, yes. And we have personal growth underneath of humor. So this is definitely probably very triggering, probably a very difficult challenge for you. But there are regrets. So it seems as though you are waking up out of some old pattern, or recognizing that, hey, I'm back in this old familiar pattern. I'm picking up this same song and dance over and over again with where I'm at. What happened? Where did the fun go? Where did the adventure go? Where did the lighter side of life go? Feeling regretful for not being fully authentic, true to yourself when you had the chance. And I'm hearing multiple chances with discipline. Multiple chances, but each time you chose, or the energy of the old familiar was stronger, had a stronger hold on you, so it continued to pull you back into old patterns again. Because they're familiar. Discipline also with mind, body, spirit. Universe. Yes, this was definitely a connection. These were experiences that the universe brought to you. You also have a connection with universal forces, with these other people, with this situation, with whatever it is that you're regretting. You're regretting not being fully authentic when you had the chance. The universe is still working with you. You can't take the past back. Learn from it and utilize that new wisdom going forward. Only you can make these changes, and they are internal. And I feel like deep inside you're aware of this, Capricorn, yet there's another energy that really pulls you into your head, into, well, things should be this way, into a more rigid way of being, thinking. All right, so under discipline, when you finally decide to put into practice mental discipline, meaning not letting your mind take over, as well as being able to regulate your emotions, understanding where these big emotions come from at times. It's all about your choices, your decisions. It's all free will. You have the choice, but you must make the movement. You must make the choice and decision to move into a newer version of yourself, a newer, more integrated, more aware, conscious, and wise self. From that point on, it will take some patience and maybe a little bit of planning on your part to make these changes internally, to bring your life back into harmony, your connections back into harmony. Something didn't feel fair. And this could be an inner child aspect of you, crying for your attention, but it's screaming out, it's just not fair, like to the universe, to life. And then you fall back into an old pattern. Tell me about loneliness for Capricorn, please. There's also something big within the way you find humor in the lighter side of life that is part of your life lesson and your personal growth through this cycle. This is a big cycle for you, Capricorn. Saturn is the ruler of your sign. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have balance overall. Okay, so what I'm getting, awareness is really sticking out to me first. You may be gaining a sense of awareness of something here, Capricorn, as it pertains to your feeling lonely on your journey, feeling lonely in the adventure, or wanting to feel the adventure, or wanting to share the adventure. You've been waiting. You've been waiting for things to change, maybe waiting for somebody else to change, waiting for someone to come back into your life. Whatever it is that you're waiting for, you're going to be waiting a long time if you stay in the energy of waiting, Capricorn. You're deceiving yourself with that energy. The changes need to be made internally. When we make the internal changes and our perspective shifts in life, everything and everyone that is connected to us makes that shift as well. There could be some power and control issues going on as well. I'm also getting to regain your own personal power, gain the strength and the courage to go deep within and continue to gain the awareness of self. It's always self. All those outside of ourselves are a reflection, a mirror reflection of something deeper inside that must be brought to the surface. It does take some courage. It takes courage to gain your own personal power. Bring your life back into balance. We'll get one more layer, and then we'll go into some advice for you, Capricorn. Where is Capricorn currently in all of this energy? This is, I like to see that you are gaining awareness. A lot of times the universe has to crank up the heat on what we are trying to suppress or numb or not feel, not experience, until we surrender and we're like, okay, what is it that you are really trying to show me, universe? I surrender. So where's Capricorn currently with all of this? The Tower. The Tower, under regret. So there is something that's being exposed, being revealed to you. Something else is kind of crumbling down. The old is crumbling down. It's revealing its truth to you as well. So you may be even really strongly feeling this regret. I know that I cannot change the past. But you also know that the universal forces are responsible for all of this. As well as, when Saturn's at the last degree before it moves into a whole new energy, whatever is no longer in alignment with us, whatever is no longer working for you, whatever is no longer part of your life path, will start to catch fire and crumble and come apart. Because if we're unable to let go, the universe will do it for us. You may be regretting that a relationship fell apart or has been crumbling for quite some time. Ten of Wands. So as of right now, as I'm reading this, you're feeling very heavy and maybe tired of carrying all the weight, tired of carrying all of these burdens, tired of carrying all of this, the gunk. I'm hearing gunk that you've been carrying with you for a very long time. And it's making it difficult for you to get the strength to discipline yourself at this time. But if you just let go of all that heaviness, you will be in the lighter energy. You may be carrying other people's burdens, other people's pain, other people's shame and guilt, regret. Okay. So overall, you're not feeling very satisfied with yourself, with your current situation. You may already know what it is that you need to let go of, dropping the burdens. It's been a very slow and steady cycle, lesson. You have picked up along the way. Each time we cycle around and we circle back and we go back and we re-experience things over and over again, each time you get great wisdom, great insight, and things that really stick. But it's been a very long and enduring process to get there. Maybe some of the longevity of that is you waiting for everything outside of you to shift and change. Let's get some advice for you, Capricorn. It's a shift in perspective as well. These are things that you do know deep inside. So Capricorn, before we get your advice, if you don't mind, if you're liking this video, please click that like button, the thumbs up button for me, please. That truly is helpful with the algorithms in YouTube. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Doing those two things truly does help with the algorithms, helps get the messages out to more people, and it helps with the growth of the channel. So I greatly appreciate all of you who have. Thank you very much. Let's get into your advice. We have I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. That goes right in alignment with this regret and the loneliness. Let's read it from the book though. I'm also hearing maybe you've been waiting for somebody else to apologize to you. And you're having some deeper realizations. All right. We're living in divisive times. When we're hurt and triggered, we tend to see things as a personal attack rather than an opportunity for healing. If we're to find true peace and unity, we need to drop our defenses and see things outside of right or wrong. As souls, we intrinsically remember unity and yearn for it here on earth. Perhaps this is why it feels so painful when we experience the opposite. But it's crucial to remember that we can't simply bypass reality and pretend that unity, love, and forgiveness are here. This is one of the greatest challenges for starseeds. To bring about unity, we must first acknowledge the ways in which both we and the world have been divisive, personally, ancestrally, and collectively. The shadows, hate, wounds, separation, severing, wrongs, and sadness. You may be called to explore how you, your ancestors, or your society have consciously or unconsciously inflicted pain onto others. To find a way to drop the armor around your heart and see things as they truly are for all people. To say, I'm sorry, with an open heart and mean it. To be part of the healing rather than the perpetuation of inherited conflicts or oppression. This isn't about blame. It's about unwinding the pattern that got us here. You may be called to devote your time to causes you believe in or do healing work on your ancestral line. So Capricorn, this is your message for this week. I'm sorry and regret go hand in hand. And, explore yourself. Allow the universe to take you to those depths. Have that strength and that courage to go deeper so that you can find peace and harmony and balance within you, your life, and your connections to others. So that's what I have for you this week, Capricorn. I hope that this was helpful for you, and I'm sending you out so much love. Take care. Bye.